Hey everybody, it's Josh with the Cool Guys Nation. I am coming to you today with a painting tutorial for Nighthaunts. I'm going to be painting them my Nighthaunt style. So all you new AOS 2 people and people that want to get into Nighthaunts can check out my cool paint scheme. I'm going to go ahead and give you a little zoom in on what they look like. So they're like really kind of neon, and we'll talk about why and how I get that effect a little bit later. It's really simple, but it does take a little bit of time because you have to wait for washes and such to dry. We'll be back with first steps. The first paint we're going to be using is this Floral Yellow from Vallejo, and we've also primed everything nice and white. We are going to airbrush this on. However, you can water it down and just do washes. So we're going to do a wash airbrush, and then you guys at home can go ahead and follow along if you don't have an airbrush and just wash the yellow on, and we'll be back with the next step. Alright, after the first wash of yellow, I'm going to get this in focus a little bit. It's going to be a very translucent yellow that's on these models. You can see here, very translucent, and that's why we are going to put another wash of this floral yellow down because it really builds up the yellow and that gets us prepared for the next step. So after this all dries, we are going to be doing one more coat on these guys of yellow, and then we're ready for the next step. Putting the second coat of yellow on, you can see the huge difference in color level going from one coat to two coats. Like I said, first coat, very translucent. Second coats, we're going to increase the ethereal look. After these dry, we're going to be doing the same thing with the Floral Green from Vallejo, and we'll be back with that after these are all done. This is the next paint that I use, which is the Floral Green. We did another translucent coat onto these models. You can see that green's really making these miniatures pop now. We're going to do one more coat of green after these guys dry, and then we've got a couple of more washes that we're going to use, and then some dry brushing / zenithal highlighting, and these guys will be done. Like I said, the painting is mostly drying time on these guys. You can use an airbrush like I'm doing, or you can hand wash them. My original Ghost Army was all hand washed. I'm just trying to make things go quicker here and do the airbrush wash with them. So it's definitely speeding it up, but you can do this at home with your regular old brush if you'd like, rather than an airbrush. Okay, the second layer of the Floral Green is on. You can see they're definitely very glowing and neon. Very cool looking so far. We're going to make them look even cooler. The next step, we're going to be using Nylox Oxide. And what we're going to be doing is putting this on all the weapons and kind of like the lower portions of their cloaks and stuff to make them look dirty and nasty. So we're going to be doing that next. Okay, the oxide's on, and you can see I've mostly focused on the feet, well, where the feet would be, the weapons, and I just wanted to create some cool shadow kind of effects. You can see it really makes these guys pop now. The next thing we're going to be doing is using a little Agrax Earthshade. We're going to be putting it as a wash just at the very bottom of where we put this oxide, and the very tips of the weapons, just to give it a little bit more variation on color. And we'll be back with that in a little bit. So we've got the Agrax on the weapons and on the lower extremities that really makes those pop out. Now we're going to do, you can do a dry brush, or you can do a light airbrushing of white. We're going to do that, and that will complete these models except for basing. And here's the final shot with the almost zenithal white highlight on everything. It's that easy. Washes and dry brushes, it can give you some great looking Nighthaunts. Here they are with the rest of my Nighthaunt army. You can see color matched them really well. I painted these a year ago, and I was able to recreate that formula. And we have a gigantic Nighthaunt army now available to us. If you like this tutorial, please give us a like, leave a comment. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on, we do actually do a podcast on Podbean and iTunes called Tools of War. And as always, you can check out our Patreon page if you want to help us bring more exciting content to you. Hopefully this is useful for you, and you want to help out, and we would appreciate that. Thanks a lot.